discuss that for just 1 second? Because my neighbor keeps mowing our front lawn, and here's the thing. Thank you, and all that.
Oh, that means something, though,
there's it's some
there's
kind
a
of
message to
but
it.
here's the other thing, though. He's from Mexico, so maybe there isn't anything. Maybe he's not being a snide asshole, like I'm assuming, because most neighbors I've had have just been like waspy assholes.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like, well, they can't seem to afford it, so let me just do it for them, right? Because we can't, and so it gets overgrown, and we're like, sorry, we gotta buy baby formula. Like, we literally sit here, like, come on, we can't do stuff. But
have you established any sort of rapport with this guy?
Yeah, we've spoken to him a couple times for sure, but we're not pals. Like, we're not like hanging out pals in any way.
I just gotta get him a Christmas present.
Yeah, I was just saying like a gift basket.
Gonna have to for sure. But I was trying to take care of it, and I had a guy like scheduled to come this morning, and he did it last night when I went off to teach my class at Georgetown, and I get back and my yard's done, and I'm like, fuck, so I had to like send a message to the guy that's like, hey, I'm real sorry, like
a random stranger,
the neighbor keeps mowing my lawn.
You know what?
And we don't have an HOA, so you know, I don't know.
We should buy him an Amazon Alexa so that he can listen to the Yes But Why podcast through the Spreaker skill.
Yeah, we definitely
That's what we
How are
should
you
do.
not freaked out by having an Alexa in your house, man?
I'm
because
surprised.
the NSA is freaked out by what they hear, if that's what's going on. That's all it is I'm talking to them all the time. I swear to God, I'm just saying the worst shit in my room that is not illegal to say. It's nothing.
Most of the
there's
time.
nothing that is like federally not like an issue.
Chris and I get into heated political arguments that probably shouldn't be listened to by our phones, but we have them listening all the time, and we'll be yelling things because we both went to college at like a place that taught us about like ancient like politics, and so we'll be all like, all of a sudden we'll be like, you know, Greek mythology said that, you know, and then all of a sudden we're discussing like Marx and shit, and it's like, okay, like nobody, number one, the NSA is like, I'm not wading through that bullshit, but also like sometimes I'm like, if anyone's gonna get in trouble, it'd be us, because we're often discussing these things in a real way.
Well, not even necessarily that. Yeah, like there's something that someone shouldn't be listening at. It's weird to me. It's creepy to me.
Yeah, same.
And everything's getting Wi-Fi now. I hate it. I hate everything being connected to everything.
Me too.
Well, I don't
want anything in the cloud. Get the fuck out of my cloud. My cloud is empty. It's my cloud.
You get the fuck out of my cloud.
Yeah, it almost works.
No, I like the idea that I like the idea that I can prove that this is a failure of an idea.
To
the government. It's like, all right, well,
they will never
obviously
admit failure. They'll just frame you for some other bullshit.
That's fine. Because it's like, if they're going to drag me in front of like the Supreme Court and be like, this guy talks dirty to himself while he's just masturbating alone, and that freaked us out. And that made Susan real uncomfortable when we made her listen to it for 7 weeks straight. So do something, maybe.
Yeah, I mean.
Or maybe if if I just start talking dirty to myself, but it's like it all sounds like I'm building a bomb.
Wait.
I don't even like using the word bomb.
Yeah, why don't you just go buy some fertilizer from Home Depot and then lay some lye on top of it, you dirty boy. You know, just like
the things that come out of your mouth.
The gestures you make while you're talking.
The gestures
on a
are the
podcast.
only reason that we didn't have to start this over again. I can't see them.
I'm wondering, like, in the future, so Alexa's just listening all the time, and she's like, hey, notice from your conversations that you'd probably like this type of TV show. So I generated an entire 3D TV show with AI voices just for you. Here it is.
Okay.
If that becomes a thing that Alexa can do, then we all have lost our jobs.
Oh, yeah?
Like, if that's something, then there are no longer actors or performers or people who make video games. So no.
Just consumers.
They'll never make that.
Oh, yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
They will.
They won't, because they can't get money from it. Because once you own an Alexa, whatever she gives you is part of the like.
I don't mean like Amazon's thing. I honestly think that most.
I mean, Amazon bought Whole Foods, so like, I mean, it's 2 seconds from also being called Amazon Monsanto.
I'm not sure that Wally's too far off.
Yeah, right.
I don't think, like, I'm not super concerned about it because neither one of you guys have one, right?
Yeah, we do.
You guys do?
Yeah, I was pissed. Chris got it for free, and that's why he took it. You give people shit for free, and then they all of a sudden are like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I used to argue that this is a horrible thing to have in my house." Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, and I'm always like, throw it away, put it under something,
just spill some
turn
water
it off.
on it.
I can't. It's in his studio. If I spilled water in his studio, the whole place would implode.
I can't tell you how many times I have to go like, Echo, set it, Echo.
Yours is
set an alarm.
Yours is set to that?
There's someone right now listening to this podcast, and you just messed with their Echo.
No, that would be so awesome.
Maybe though, but there's actually a commercial for it where they say, Alexa do this, Alexa do that, and I'm always like, why would they make that commercial? The thing in the room is gonna react.
I think Taco Bell that did that? Someone did that. They did an ad where they were like, all you would have to say is this, and like it'd be like, Alexa, Google Taco Bell. That's all you'd have to say. And so people's things did stuff or whatever, or Siri or whatever.
You can also like
Siri.
The character name Alexa will never be used ever again.
And it's insane.
You can like tighten the screws on it though. You can like teach it to understand your vocal patterns a little more. And that's what I did. And now that if I'm drunk,
it doesn't understand you.
Yeah, because I'll go like echo. And it just
teach it.
Wendell, I think you've had too much to drink.
Yeah.
Maybe I should call a counselor. Ringing now.
Wow. Just talk to it in like a Kermit the Frog voice. That way it won't ever know which. Hey everybody. Yeah. So did you hear about there was recently the Wi-Fi WPA2? It's the security features.
What does that mean?
It's WPA2 is how the type of encryption that it does, right? So it you're looking at me like
I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Right, so
you're talking about wireless internet, right?
Yeah, right. Well, just the Wi-Fi, your device to anything else, any device to another.
Within your internal network?
Yeah. So they found a huge security flaw with it.
Uh-huh.
And someone can now basically tell it to use a certain key.
Uh-huh.
And then they can watch all of your traffic because they know the private keys. So they can force you to use a key and then observe all of your stuff on your Wi-Fi that you think is secure.
So, like, who's going to do that? Like Time Warner Cable?
No.
Like the people who are giving you your router?
Like the person in a coffee shop next to you or who's just outside of your house and can
so people are like hacking into a thing. It's not like companies are trying to pass it off as data mining in a consumerism way.
Nope.
Which is a huge thing, BT Dubs. Chris has worked a number of conventions where they are legitimately discussing it as like means of sales.
Oh yeah.
And he's all going like, it's crazy, this is real. Big data, they call it.
That's what they call it. Oh, yeah, it's not good. I mean, I get it. You can get a lot of really cool stuff out of it.
If it were all used for just good stuff, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Getting ads for things I need are very helpful. Yeah, I dig it. Give me a coupon, for sure. But, like, I don't need you to start making assumptions about what white women in their 30s do based on my whatever
that's
contribution.
Dangerous. Yeah, that's dangerous.
I mean, it's almost like with the Nielsen family's got to say yes or no. We should be able to opt in or opt out. Now, you can certain things. I just got a new computer, and in the initial setup, there were a lot of like, do you opt in to being to having your information followed to like them watching your patterns and sending you blah blah blah. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
no, thank you. But I don't know. But is this new thing making it easier for people to hack in?
100%.
How does a person? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I just looked at you with the weirdest face for so long, literally just
I'll
about
send
the
you
letters WPA together. So even if you described even if you described in detail how to hack, I would not understand.
This new exploit.
Yeah, I think it's something like Cracks Attack.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just
Cracks
about
Attack?
this.
Yeah, and Microsoft already put out like their patch and stuff, but we were talking about like the Internet of Things, right? These Echoes and Amazon Alexas, those are the Internet of Things, and all of those use Wi-Fi. And if you're not patching those, then they're all exposed, and so that now can be hacked pretty easy. And so it's just like, hey, well, in the future, we're probably all going to have at least 2 Wi-Fi devices, and there's 400 million of us or whatever, that are going to have those devices.
Andy Warhol said we were all going to have our 15 minutes of fame.
Well, and so we were talking about, like, because I don't want to name names because I don't remember who, but some larger companies were not getting enough money from advertising, so they're actually like hijacking people's browsers and using their processors to Bitcoin mine and things. So, in the idea would be that you could then use all of these things that have tiny processors in them of, not very powerful processors most of the times, but they're connected to Wi-Fi, and then you could get into them and make them do all sorts of things. And then if you have 400 million devices that are all doing a certain thing at once, you could essentially shut down whatever you wanted. Denial of service attack.
I really...
Using fridges, right?
I at night stay up praying for that level of villainy in the world,
Well, that's the thing is like
that. Like,
did you vote for Trump?
No, that objectively just
that's exactly
terrible,
what that is.
like cartoony. I'm a bad guy for being bad, just for the sake of being bad.
Well,
kind of.
I think some of them I think you can get into a spot where if it's self-replicating,
Trump still thinks he's a good guy. Trump doesn't think he's a bad guy.
I think he's a character in a television show that he thinks he's the star.
Yeah. Like no matter what layer, many layers, how many layers of delusion that it takes under it, Trump thinks he's doing the right thing. I like the idea that somebody's just like, like somebody's petting a cat in a volcano somewhere, just I feel like everybody's secrets.
A lot of people that used to write viruses were just that. They were just like when I was in high school and was hearing about things like that, it was just malicious stuff.
Well, that's like anarchy.
It wasn't like a mafia somewhere trying to do a virus to steal data or use PCs to do nefarious things, for them to make money. It was just...
Well, there's also...
there's lots of people that are horrible just to be horrible.
That's more to, like, shake up just the status quo.
My concern is that someone will write a thing that's self-replicating, and because we already have viruses that they change on their own. And so somebody will write a thing, and then it's like, 4 fridges or whatever, right? And then it just continues to replicate itself. And then...
Back to Lawnmower Man.
Oh yeah, that's how shit will break down. Did you ever see the show Revolution? It was a short-lived Eric Kripke show about the power being like the power turns off, and then it's flash forward 5 years or like 10 years or something, and they're all living like Old West style in America, and there's just no power, and they can't get electricity to work again, and they spoiler alert, it has a season and a half, so it got canceled halfway through. But, spoiler alert, the thing that... seriously, spoiler, if you want to watch this show, I'm telling the end.
Like, is it worth checking out?
Yeah, should you not tell us?
Season and a half?
Well, but, yes.
Well, then don't tell us. I'll check it out.
It's on Hulu?
Here, I'm going to put my fingers in my ears, and you tell the listener.
No.
You tell the listener.
No, it relates to your self-replicating virus thing.
I ruined every bit about
all I'm saying,
Chucky,
okay, I won't ruin it. I'll just say something that was good intentioned in the self-replicating virus kind of way ended up fucking up the whole system, right?
Well, that was like Skynet or any sort of like any sci-fi story about the singularity and stuff it's all like intended to do well, and then just the natural way of things makes it evolve. And
but I think you're right that it's going to be the diabolical among us that'll actually like make the robots kill everybody eventually, because they were talking about people. We're talking about robots being able to understand stuff, and then like there was a thing I read an article about like how they're trying to figure out how to program empathy so that like there isn't any trouble, and there's somebody who's all like, yeah, fuck that, let's make a murder, like, or whatever. It's like, hey, it'd be great, we could get a bunch